Hey, what's happening? Barnaby here, along with Steve Ratkovich of Klein Tools, a dude that is all about making sure that the up-and-comers and even the old-timers know how best to practice their industry. I'm talking about electrical work, right? And you know, it's all about that square one moment where when kids are coming into the apprenticeship programs, that's when you got to get them and say, here is the right way to do things and the right tools to use. So how do you achieve that?
People my age grew up using hand tools for fun. I grew up building stuff as a kid. Kids today, very often the closest thing they've come to a hand tool in their life is a mouse. Mm-hmm. Everything's electronic now. So we literally have kids graduating from high school and entering into apprenticeship programs that have never seen a screwdriver or a hammer or a hand tool of any kind, much less learned how to work them.
Enter the board of awesomeness. So you actually give this to apprenticeship programs and say, hey, looky kids, these are tools, and you have to kind of show them what the basic tools of the trade would be.
Yeah, this is one of many resources that Klein Tools brings to training centers. This is an example of an educational display board. It's very often used in a classroom, mm-hmm. on an easel, or sometimes permanently mounted to the wall, and it's used for basic hand tool identification, usually in conjunction with an ab initio class, from the beginning class. Where they're teaching hand tool use and safety. So instructors like this. It's a useful tool. It's much better than showing pictures, and very often it's accompanied by tool sets for the students to use so they can touch and feel and experience this too.
If this is Tools 101, explain to me what Klein Tools University is.
Klein Tools University is an online training system that began about 7 years ago, and it really started as an initiative at Klein Tools to train our own people. Every company has legacy knowledge, and we have a lot of it, being a 150-year-old plus company. Mm-hmm. And we wanted a way to capture that legacy knowledge and transform it into meaningful learning for our own internal use. And we focused it on product because we're a manufacturing company, mm-hmm. and product is the common denominator for everybody, from the person that works in customer service all the way up to the chairman of the board. So we built an online training system initially for internal training, but it was so successful we decided to expand it to the outside world. And it's product-based, it's product-focused, but woven in with the product message is also application information and best practices for the industry for those tools.
Yeah, that's good to know. So then, how is it that you guys decide which training centers to introduce your tools to? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are trying to train the future electricians of tomorrow, but they can't all have tools from Klein. How do you decide who gets what?
Well, we're a pretty generous company in that respect. We focused initially on the largest workforce development organizations serving the electrical industry. Mm-hmm. Organizations like IBW, NECA, or ABC, Associated Builders and Contractors, or IAC, Independent Electrical Contractors, and there are others. But those three organizations and the other organizations I'm talking about are responsible for training huge numbers of electricians each year.
Sure.
And they tend to have brick and mortar training centers around the country to serve their own educational clients. We make a concerted effort to send our people to each of those training centers, mm-hmm. walk through them, assess the needs, and really try and supply Klein Tools product on a needs-driven basis, rather than just simply donating large sums of products with no accountability.
Right. Okay, so if somebody wants to access Klein Tools University, how do they do that?
Visit kleintoolsuniversity.com on the web. It's pretty simple. It's straightforward. There's a short self-registration process, and you're in.
Cool. It's like the Khan Academy for electricians.
It is.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for all the good information.
Sure.
And the good work, because ultimately at the end of the day, you just want well-qualified people doing the good work and with good tools, right?
What we're looking for is to do our part to invest in training for the whole industry and to raise the bar not only for ourselves, but for our competitors as well.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, there's so much more to Klein than you might ever think, right? And so there's other stuff to talk about, and it is on Facebook, it is on YouTube, it is on Twitter, it is kleintools.com, and also join the Tradesman Club, because that's like continuing education, because you're going to get a steady feed of information about what's happening with Klein that's going to make your world better.